Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. EU report has been an issue of concern to the APC present government, considering the fact that what was contained in it is a confirmation of what Labour Party and People Democratic Party is saying, and it does not really for APC. It is not a good one. And guess what? The EU report has crawled into the presidential election petition tribunal, and guess what? You will hear what the judges intend to use it for. Now, before we give you full details of these and other analysis, we'd like to encourage you, please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, despite objection by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress APC, the presidential election petition court PEPC sitting in Abuja on Monday admitted in evidence the final report of the European Union EU observation mission, which impugned the outcome of the 2023 general elections. The report was tendered before the court by candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP) Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who alleged that the presidential election that held on February 25th was manipulated to favor President Tinubu and the ruling APC. In a joint petition he filed alongside his party, Atiku alleged that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) installed third-party device that intercepted and allocated votes to Tinubu. Even though INEC has in its reply to the petition denied the allegation, however, at the resumed proceeding of the court on Monday, the Deputy Director of ICT at the Commission, Mr. Lawrence Bayode, mounted the witness box to defend the outcome of the presidential poll. Bayode, in a bid to puncture Atiku's claim that Tinubu's running mate was nominated for two elective positions, produced four documentary exhibits, among which includes a letter dated July 6, 2022, which the Vice President Kazim Shettima wrote to INEC to notify it of his decision to withdraw as candidate of the APC for the Borno Central Senatorial election. Laid in evidence by INEC lead counsel Mr. Abubakar Mahmood, senior advocate of Nigeria, the witness tendered the letter and its accompanying certification, which was admitted in evidence and marked as Exhibit RA1 and RA2. While being cross-examined by President Tinubu's lead counsel, Chief Wole Olanibekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, the witness maintained that the presidential election was free, fair, credible, and conducted in substantial compliance with the Electoral Act. Recording on INEC's Form ECBA polling unit results form, basis for any election result, and data or internet is required for Form EC8A captured by the EVAS machine or BVAS machine to be uploaded, the witness had said. He told the court that the image captured by the beavers, whether transmitted manually or electronically, would not affect the integrity of the election. According to him, he said in a practical term, election is completed at the polling unit level when the officer conducts, announce a result, and record the result on the form EC8A. Bayode also answering questions from APC lawmaker Prince Lateef Fagbemi, senior advocate of Nigeria, the witness admitted that though the electoral board experienced a technical glitch on the day the presidential poll held, he, however, insisted that it did not affect the actual scores of all the presidential candidates, which he said remains intact. He further told the court that the result of the presidential election was not electronically collated, saying it was done manually. According to him, he said INEC does not have an electronic collation system. He stated that adding that chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had 2 days before the presidential poll was held announced that electronic transmission of results of the election would not be feasible. When did he announce that? Wagwe Missing Advocate of Nigeria tendered a copy of Tribune newspaper of February 23, 2023, where the INEC chairman was reported to have waved aside the possibility of real-time transmission of the result of the presidential election. Though Atiku's lawyer Uche, senior advocate of Nigeria, opposed the admissibility of the page containing the said news item from the INEC boss, he urged the court to admit the front page of the newspaper with a banner headline that reads Atiku, a man whose time has come. The certified true copy of the newspaper was subsequently admitted in evidence and marked as Exhibit RA5. When it was his turn to cross-examine the witness, Atiku's lawyer Uche, General Advocate of Nigeria, asked him to confirm before the court if the EU observation mission was accredited by INEC to monitor the 2023 general election. After the witness told the court that the EU team was duly accredited to monitor the election, he was asked if he was aware that EU released its final report on the 2023 general election. The INEC witness told the court that though he was aware of the EU recently released a report on election, he said he had not seen it. When he had shown a certified true copy of the report and asked to read from a portion of it, both President and the APC, through their respective lawyers, raised objection. However, notwithstanding the objection, the panel admitted the report in evidence and marked it as Exhibit RA6. Following a request by counsel to the petitioner, the witness read in the open court a paragraph in the report where EU stated that the 2023 election was not a transparent and inclusive election. He also read a portion in the report that stated that only 31% of results uploaded in IREF was formally or mathematically correct. The witness, however, maintained that technological innovation that INEC introduced into the electoral process was to guarantee transparency and integrity of the result. He admitted that both the National Assembly and the presidential election were conducted on the same day and with the same BVAS machine. The witness told the court that it was wrong for the petitioner to claim that because of system failure, all the results of the presidential election were not electronically transmitted. Some of the results were uploaded on the IRA portal on the day of the presidential election, but not all of them. As of March 1st, when a winner was declared, not all the results were uploaded to the IRF, the witness had said. Asked if INEC filed any formal complaint to Amazon Web Service (AWS) over glitches experienced during the presidential election, the witness said, "We did not need to file a report to Amazon over the technical glitches, and we did not need to do that. I supervised the configuration of the system that was used for the election." Asked if the system INEC deployed for the presidential election had inbuilt mechanism for distinguishing between the presidential and NAS election, the witness answered in the negative. There is no human interference. The system is configured in a way that you click a button to upload result of particular elections. Shortly after the witness was discharged from the box, INEC's lawyer, Mahmoud, senior advocate of Nigeria, told the court that his client would not call any other witness in the matter. Consequently, counsel to President Tinubu and Vice President Shetima Chief Olanibekun San announced that his client would open their own defense on Tuesday. It was recalled that Atiku, who came second in the presidential election, closed his case after he called a total of 27 out of 100 witnesses scheduled to testify in the matter. He is, among other things, praying the court to withdraw the certificate of return that was issued to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is interesting, I must say, to mention the least. And right now, with the way things are going, it's very obvious that more details, more things are coming up. and it may not really end as expected by most Nigerians. However, we're putting our fingers crossed to see what will happen tomorrow. That's where we like to leave it. Go to our comment section